Hello friends, I am Neeraj Das Guru. Welcome you to Guru's show. Today I am going to share my views on research in the field of education. So this video is for the trainee teachers, the full-fledged teachers and the faculty of the teacher education institutions. This video has three parts. The first part is about the understanding of the research. The second part deals with the research in teacher education institutions, and the third part is research at the school to promote scientific temperament among the students. Let me discuss these three parts one by one in this video. Ever since we have developed our intelligence and we have started decision making, we have started our research also. To arrive on a decision, we need to do research. Research is a process to know something new through data collection or observation, analysis of the data, and conclude on the basis of the data analyzed. So the conclusion is the new knowledge that we get. Even when we didn't know about the reading and writing skills, we had been doing researches. We had research about food gathering, agriculture, catching animal, domesticating animals, making tools, making sharper tools, hunting. And there are so many fields in which we had been researching when we had no reading writing skills. So after reading writing skills, in the present time, this research has become very important, and to make it more precise about the results, the quantitative tools have been introduced. It has become so precise, so methodical, that now we feel that only experts can do this. This is the hurdle that we are facing. Now there is certain process of data collection, there is certain norms for data collections, analytical tools are there. We need to use those. Only then we can give some conclusions. We are trying to be very precise about the conclusion, and it is because of this fact we have been adopting more and more quantitative techniques, and the more quantitative techniques we are using, the interest in this field is diminishing. Only those who are good at quantitative techniques, data analysis and all, only they are doing all the research. The NCF and NCFT is focusing more on research. In the recent time, the research has become a very important area. Every institution is supposed to start research work to improve the way of working, to get better results in a given time frame. The natural process of research has now become a burden. People don't want to be engaged in the research work, as they think that this is to be done by the experts. So they are keeping safe distance from the research. Although the quantitative tools, documentation, precision have made it very difficult, but actually this process of researching is not that difficult. I was just talking about that when our ancestors, who were not very much literate means the literacy that we know nowadays, they were not very literate, but they researched everything, they established everything, they started hunting, they started food gathering, they started agriculture. Everything is based on this research only. Research is backbone of growth of our civilization. If we need to grow, we need to do research. So in the field of education also, the research is very important. What is research then? There is a body of knowledge, and we have some belief about some results, some conclusion. We have some beliefs like 40% of the students are not understanding English text. But we need to check it, whether in our case, is it 40% or more? When we test our belief, when we verify our belief, when we justify our belief, then the process is called research. Research is nothing but the knowledge created through the process of research is used by everybody. It contributes to the body of knowledge. The part of belief that we want to test, verify or justify is known as hypothesis. And hypothesis is the starting point of all the researches. The second part is research at the teacher training institutions. The trainee teachers, full-fledged teachers or the faculty members, they need to conduct researches. I just want to discuss some broad areas of research in the field of education. In the field of education, all research work is focused on the learning of the student. It is the most basic thing that we need to consider in all the research works, because education is for the learning of the students. The broad areas of research in the field of education are as follows. 1. Infrastructure and the learning of the students. Second, attendance and learning. Third, retention and learning. Fourth, teacher quality and learning. Fifth, classroom process and learning. Sixth, teaching inputs and learning. Seventh, teacher training and learning. Eighth, monitoring and support and learning. Ninth, governance and learning. 10th, the involvement of stakeholders and learning. And the last one is assessment and learning. We now understand what are the broad areas of research. Now, what the faculty members of the teacher training institutions and the teachers need to do. So, the teachers and the faculty members of the teacher education institutions, they need to do the following things. First thing, they need to identify the broad research areas for themselves. Second thing, they need to specify a topic for their research. Third thing is, they need to create a hypothesis for their research. The hypothesis is the starting point of that research. Suppose somebody selected attendance. The second thing is specification of topic, and he wishes to understand the relationship between attendance and learning of class 8 students. If this is his specific area, the hypothesis could be the positive correlation between attendance and learning. So the starting point has been finalized. So first 3 steps are over. Fourth step, start observing. So how would you start observing? You would see the attendance records. So document that you see is attendance record. Second thing, what you would do, either you administer a test, you would see the test results which has earlier been taken, and you can compare the attendance and the test results. Fourth thing is, you started observing on the line of hypothesis. Fifth thing is that you started analyzing the reports, the results. You started analyzing the situation. Last thing would be to conclude about what you have learned in this process. In all these stages, in all these 6 stages, you may start discussing with your colleagues and with your students. You don't need to be very accurate. You don't need to study a lot, but you need to start your studies. You'll do the study, you'll know the process fully in later period. But the first thing is to start this activity. Once you start it and you start sharing it with your friends and colleagues, and you start sharing at different platforms, some questions will come. And in order to get the answer of those questions, you will learn. You'll learn about the research activities. The more questions you face, the more you learn. And in this order, you would learn to be precise about your results. You would learn about the methodology, and you would learn about documenting your research activities. This is the basic steps that we need to take. We need to start this. And once you start, it is a never stopping, never ending process, and you'll go on learning and learning, and you'll become a very good researcher and expert. Now let's move to third part. The third part is about the research in the schools by the students. The research is natural process of learning. Every student that you have seen, they have been researching continuously. Though they are not documenting it, they are not following some quantitative techniques, they are not following the methodology, but research they have been doing continuously. They have been researching about their parents, they have been researching about their peer, they have been researching about you, the teachers, they have been researching about the subjects. What we need to do then? We need to promote it. They have been observing things, they have been analyzing things, they have been making their own conclusions about the data analysis they do on the day-to-day and daily basis. So if you see a student is watching ants moving in a line, what would you do? You would tell them that these ants are moving in search of food. Because of that scent, they are following each other. What actually you are doing? You are crushing the curiosity. Let the student learn themselves. Unintentionally, what we are doing is that we are establishing that the teachers are the only reservoirs of the knowledge and the students are recipients of the knowledge. We are just telling them why this is happening, how this is happening, and what would be the end result. So if we are saying all these things, what would happen? The students will become dependent upon you. They will never search for the solutions, and they will not be prepared for their future life. It is the process of research that help them to understand what the situation is and what decisions have to be taken. We are putting them in a situation in which rote learning prospers. So don't emphasize on rote learning. Let them learn. And don't bother much about the processes, precision, methodology, quantitative techniques and all. Let them think, let them work upon their ideas, let them do. I'm not asking you to do all these things on their behalf. I'm just asking you to support them in arriving a conclusion. Don't give them conclusion. Support them. If you support them, they will do the data collection or the observation. They will analyze their observation and they will arrive at a conclusion based on the analysis. The National Curriculum Framework and the National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education, both the documents emphasizing on the research to be undertaken by the schools at the school level with the help of teachers. But are we doing it? We are not doing it. We need to promote this activity. So what are the things that we need to do? First thing is, let the students observe. Don't interfere with the results. Let them observe, let them analyze, let them arrive at a conclusion. Don't expect them to be very precise, well documented and following all the methodologies. They will learn this process once they develop interest in this. Let them develop the interest with regard to observation, analysis and synthesis. The second one is to promote the activities that is given in the textbooks. We need to ask the students to do all such activities. Third thing is, these activities are not sufficient. Ask students to design more such activities. And the next thing is, you help designing the activities and promote them to do the research work. That fourth thing that you always need to keep in mind, that never interfere with the results. Don't go for proper documentation and all at the first level. In the first phase, let them do it. Last thing is, let them present what they have observed, what they have analyzed, and let them present their conclusions and let them express the data observation process and the analysis of that. Once you start giving them opportunity to present it, they would start learning. We learn when we communicate. The final thing is, best is enemy of good. So don't go for best. Start doing something. If you start doing it, best will automatically come. Friends, that is all for today. In any case, if you need my help or my organization's help, please contact me. My contact number is there at the end of this video. Please don't forget to like it, share it and subscribe it. If you wish to add anything, you can add in the comment box. I'll join you again and we'll discuss some other topic on some other day. Till then, goodbye. Bye-bye.